All right, students, welcome. This is Mr. North, and I'd like to go ahead and go over a few things with regards to digital etiquette and office hours for this year. We know that we're in a different situation, so I want to make sure everybody's up to speed on what we need to do in order for us all to be successful this year, um, and just to keep you in the loop of how things are going to go, at least for the first 3 weeks, but more than likely for the whole year. What is digital etiquette? Digital etiquette is how you should conduct yourself online, digitally. Best practices in order to basically uh, keep everything moving fluidly forward with your communication and avoid any, at the end of the day, any legal action. Um, because there is a lot of cracking down on what is and is not suitable for online. All right, technology requirements and etiquette, return to learn expectations, video conferencing guidelines, and virtual background provided by Office of Communications. Okay, so your netiquette. Now, um, I'll also include this slide show presentation in below so that you can follow along too while you're watching this. Virtual conferencing privacy. A lot of you, everyone's at home. So we want to make sure that your privacy is maintained during our virtual conferences. Broadcasting and video recording guidelines for teachers or recommended tools. I'm going to be communicating with you through Google Meet if we have to meet. We don't have to worry about Schoology Conference, Flipgrid, or Screencastify. They're okay, but that's not what we're going to use. We're going to strictly use Google Meet. We're going to protect your privacy. We're going to post video links in teacher controlled spaces. Do not post any links publicly. Um, yeah, I will be using YouTube for the majority of my videos because I can just go ahead and use the software I have for the YouTube channel I already have in order to embed it into Schoology for everything to go smoothly. You do not have to turn your camera on. They're making us turn our camera on, but more than likely, I'm not going to have my camera on if you don't have your camera on. If you want to see me, that's fine. Um, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And we're not going to take any screenshots of you. I'm not going to take any screenshots of you. Your expectations, it must be an Aldine email to connect via video conference. You're to be on time to a call. The student code of conduct still applies. Dress appropriately, type and speak respectfully. Find a quiet place to participate. Mute your microphone unless you're speaking, and give your full attention during the video sessions. Examples of expectations, tips for success in the virtual meetings. I'm going to send an agenda to everyone. I'm not going to be doing a lot of whole group. That's just not going to happen. I mean, just from a logistics standpoint, being in close proximity to you in order to gauge how your attention is and your understanding and your body language. I'm not near you to do that, and to have 20 faces on the screen, it wouldn't suffice for me as an educator to just sit there and look at screens. It's not going to work. We'll make them. If so, if I do have a group, it might be 4 or 5, and it might be with my seniors if they have similar aspirations for after high school. But that's going to be few and far between. Um, One person takes notes on a shareable document. I'll use Google Docs and I'll take the notes. If you're not speaking, mute your mic. You can use the chat to ask questions and share resources, and the moderator can call on people's microphones unmuted. Uh, there will be a copy of the chat's transcript, and if using video, look at the camera, not the screen. Examples of expectations. You don't do this. Don't connect students' videos. Use an eye contact time participation point. I'm not even worrying about your your camera. So if you don't have your camera on and you're quiet, it does not mean that you're not attentive and not focused on what I'm saying. So I'm not really worrying about that. I'm not going to be removing you all for not having a video on or trying to trick you. Basically, this whole thing is about making sure that you have an opportunity to feel comfortable in your space. And if you don't want to have your camera on, you don't have to have it on. Period. Point blank. It's your choice. We'll do real time check ins, but that'll be for the students who I'm in the meeting with, and I'll be doing assessment tools as well. Why does it matter? Privacy. Students might be uncomfortable displaying their living space to peers. You know, it's not nobody's business. You'll see my living space, my living room, whenever I'm recording sometimes, or I might be recording from my kitchen or something like that. I'm not really worried about it. I actually got a whole black screen that I could just put behind it, but it's not that crucial, not to me at least. Safety, students and their family members may not want to be captured. I'm not going to. It's for your safety, it's for your equity, and it's for and as far as equity, student might have unreliable internet. I don't know if your internet is good or not. You don't, unless you're paying for the service, you know, it's beyond your control. And then personal, student might feel shy, anxious on camera. But I don't like teaching to blank screens. Teach students to set up their Google Meet or Zoom profile as a picture of a Bitmoji school photo or favorite selfie. Uh, yeah, you can go ahead and put a little picture up there if you want to. I'll use my little picture. Ask before assume. This is a challenging time for everyone. If the students are struggling to show attentiveness, ask questions rather than assumptions. Mental health is real, so we're here together. We're moving forward together. Um, so it's nothing that you need to worry about. I am here, and you are fine, and you are in a class that you don't need to stress about. That this class you do not need to stress about. Period. Office hours, they are TBA, to be announced. I know that as a high school teacher, I get 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon. The purpose of it is to discuss instructional progress matters with parents and students, to hold synchronous um, small group sessions with students. Like we discussed earlier, that's something that I may be doing once or twice. Okay, office hours, choose from Google Meet. We're using Google Meet. Select one method of recording, one method of live sessions, and develop proficiency through consistent use. We're just using Google Meet, period. Take attendance of every student that participates. Inside of Schoology, we have tracking software that lets us know when you log into Schoology, when you log into a specific course, and the duration of time you spend on that page for that course. So I'll know when you log into Schoology. I'll know when you log into this actual course, whether it be robotics or practicum, and I will know how long you have been in there. So, for example, if there was a 5 minute video and you know you had to take the quiz after, and then it shows that you logged in for 7 seconds, you know, there's no way that you can have no way you could have taken watched the video and taken the quiz in 7 seconds. So if that grade isn't there or you don't get that work to me, that's it's going to literally be impossible. But there it is. It'll be there, so it's unable. You're unable to dispute it. So if you go to another teacher and then you can't recall whether or not you went there or not, just ask them to pull up their analytics, and they can tell you when you were last in there, because we're all busy and everybody gets stressed out, and you have a bunch of courses, so it's not like you're trying to you know be deceptive or whatever. It's just like, hey, I got a million courses and it's COVID, so I thought I did it but I didn't. So yeah, it's okay. Don't stress out about it, but that's just some good stuff for you to know. Small groups identified based on data, no more than 6 students at a time, 20-minute increments, and to inform parents and students about invitations into the group and the data source used. So, yeah, this was our quick overview on digital etiquette and office hours. Following this video, we're going to go ahead and have a quick quiz over this information. I'll also have the link below. You could have just looked at the PowerPoint slide. I mean, you could have just looked at the PowerPoint slide and answered the quiz. So, but some students may have wanted to hear my amazing deep voice. Oh, so I went ahead and made a recording for y'all. But that's it. Let's go ahead and knock this out.